Austria now. I'm joined from Vienna by political analyst Dr. Thomas Hofer. Thank you very much indeed for joining us tonight on Front 24. First of all, I want to ask you how you think Ban Ki-moon's remarks will be taken in Austria. Do you think they'll make any impact at all, or is the public mood very much supporting the tough new asylum laws?
I think the majority of the Austrian population is really in support of these new measures. Of course, the speech of Ban Ki-moon will have some effect, but I think only on a small sliver of the population. In Vienna and maybe around Vienna, if you have a close look at the election results, you can see that the vast majority of all the regions in Austria were really in favor of the Freedom Party candidate. And what the government did in the last weeks and months was just trying to follow the lead of the Freedom Party. They were afraid to lose even more votes, and that's why they enacted this law.
You're referring there to elections. Of course, we've seen the far-right candidate winning the first round of the presidential election in Austria. Is support for him based on the huge migrant surge that we saw coming into Europe last summer, or has it roots much further back than that?
Well, of course, this is one reason, and it's one main reason. It's dominating the news for months. You have to know that Austria took in more than 90,000 refugees last year. However, and you had it in your question already, I think the roots, are going, farther back than that. It's not so much the strength of the Freedom Party we see right now. It's more the weakness of the two reigning parties. They couldn't agree on anything. So there's a feeling that, feeling of stalemate, so that nothing is being achieved. You have a huge rise in unemployment. You have other problems in the country. They're not really enacting reforms. So there's a big frustration amongst Austrians, and that's why they reacted in these elections like they did. However, as I said before, of course, the refugee crisis, came on top of that.
How fearful are people in Austria about a new wave of refugees trying to come up via Italy now that the Turkey route is being blocked off?
Well, of course, there's this fear. I mean, we don't see any refugees right now, other than those, who will be integrated in Austria and that came in 2015. However, it's a very, very delicate thing right now. The Austrian Ministry of the Interior visited Italy today, and he talked about this very, very sensitive border between Tyrol and Italy. It's also a historically very sensitive area. And I think they won't shut it down completely. However, they want to evoke the impression amongst the Austrian population that they'll do something about it. Because, of course, those images from last year still stick in the public mind somehow. And that's why I think they enacted this law, and they're talking about building also a fence on that border. I'm not sure if it'll come to that because, again, it's a very sensitive area. But again, they try to calm down vast parts of the Austrian population.
All right, I'm afraid we'll have to leave it there. But thank you very much for your analysis and your time there. That's political analyst Dr. Thomas Hofer. Now, there have been violent scenes on the